Here are the three most common questions that I encounter during my meetings with a first time buyer. Do you have the same? Let's break it down. So, what are these three questions? First, as an expat, can I buy a property in Dubai? 2, is it safe to buy in Dubai? 3, and what are the returns? Hi, my name is Surakshit, and I'm gonna take up these questions one by one and try and answer them. As a person who's been living in Dubai for last 4 years and I've invested and reinvested in the same region, I try and help my clients to make some super informed decisions. So if that sounds interesting to you, hit the subscribe button. Well, let's take the first question first. दुबई में इन्वेस्ट करना सेफ है कि नहीं है? Well, forget about real estate. Even if you're engaged in a business of providing commodities or services, it is absolutely clean. If your deliverables are as per the laid terms and conditions, then your settlement is absolutely safe. Dubai ke arbitration and commercial laws are absolutely modernized. The average settlement time in a Dubai court is anywhere between 6 to 12 months, which is I think second lowest to Hong Kong. अगर कभी दुबई में आपकी डेली लाइफ एक्टिविटी में आपका पाला किसी गवर्नमेंट ऑफिस से पड़ता है, देन यू कैन एक्चुअली सी कितने फ्यूअर ब्यूरोक्रेटिक बैरियर्स हैं और बिजनेस एफिशिएंसी कितनी हाई है. ग्लोबल ईज ऑफ डूइंग बिजनेस के इंडेक्स में कंसिस्टेंटली ये 16 या 17 पोजीशन में है, एंड ऑफ कोर्स मीना रीजन में तो खैर नंबर 1 है ही, बट 16-17 पोजीशन होल्ड करता है ये ग्लोबल ईज ऑफ डूइंग बिजनेस में. सो व्हेन इट कम्स टू रियल एस्टेट इन पर्टिकुलर, तो रियल एस्टेट के दो आर्म्स DLD एंड रेरा, these two arms are strong enough to keep a tight hold in the entire industry, and especially for the developers, promoters and the agents. They have to really fall in line, otherwise heavy penalties हैं. So we can say that it is absolutely safe to be an owner in Dubai. But I would like to add here that it is even safer to be a tenant here. Look, someone जिसने दुबई के मार्केट में रेंटल इनकम के लिए इन्वेस्ट किया है, उसको जब तक टेनेंट उस मार्केट में सेफ फील नहीं करेगा तब तक वहां पर वो नहीं आएगा और आपका 8% ROI का सपना रह जाएगा. सो दुबई सेफ है कि नहीं है? इवन इफ यू आर अ बिजनेस ओनर, चाहे आप रियल एस्टेट इन्वेस्टर हैं, आपकी पर्सनल सेफ्टी, विमेन सेफ्टी, किड्स सेफ्टी, all the rules and regulations are laid down, and more importantly, the implementation of those rules and regulations is very clear. And especially in the case of real estate, DLD and RERA, they are extremely active to keep the builders and the developers accountable for their promises. Moving on to the second question, can I buy or not? Well, जिस जगह की population में 90% expat हों, वहाँ पर expats के लिए घर खरीदना possible तो है ही. In fact, Indians के लिए, if you want to avail a loan to buy a house there, it is much easier as an Indian. As per 2025 report, 22% of the foreign investments are done by Indians. Well, इसका एक most natural follow-up question होता है कि लोन कैसे लें. As an Indian आप लोन कैसे लेंगे? इसके लिए अगर आप एलिजिबल हैं, मतलब अगर आप सैलरीड हैं और आपकी मंथली इनकम $4,100 से ज्यादा है, you automatically become eligible for a home loan in Dubai. And if you are a business owner, तो आपके last few years की बैलेंस शीट के बेसिस पे आपकी लोन एलिजिबिलिटी assess होती है. But overall, it is quite easy for an Indian to take a loan from a Dubai bank. And then there are many banks that offer loan. Domestic banks में ADC भी है और Emirates NBD है. They are quite active in this category, and then international banks में HSBC also offer such loans. So as an expat, if you approach these institutions, they offer you anywhere between 50 to 70% for your first property. A resident, on the contrary, a resident in Dubai can avail up to 84%, but as an expat, one is eligible for a loan between 50 to 70%. Typically, these banks offer you loan almost at the same rate. It like varies between 3.7% to like 4.2%, but again that depends upon the IBOR rate and their margins. Plus, these banks time to time come up with some new offers that are generally for a limited period of time. So, are there any Indian banks to avail the loan from? Yes, there is. ICICI Bank has a presence in that market. I'm aware of SBI, of course. HDFC is there. But if you ask me, it is always it is always advisable to approach a local bank because they provide a better rate. So to sum up, if you are in the age group of 21 to 65, you are eligible for a loan. If your income is in the acceptable limits, you are good to go, and you should have a good DBR ratio, which is a debt burden ratio. अच्छा, ये DBR क्या होता है? DBR is nothing. It is a simple ratio between your monthly debts and your income. So अगर आपकी ये तीनों चीजें सही हैं, nothing can stop you to get a minimum 60% loan in your first property in Dubai. Well, this takes us to the third and the most interesting question, and one of my favorite as well. Return कितना मिलेगा? Well, to answer this question, let me give you a very recent and a live example. Well, last month, one of my client, he bought a studio apartment in JVC from a good developer. Now, give you a perspective about JVC. JVC, I call JVC a mecca for rental income. So, to buy this property of 700,000, we approached the bank ADCB and we took a loan for 3.5 lakhs, which means the bank paid 3.5 lakh dirhams and we paid 3.5 lakh dirhams. Simultaneously, one day we spent in IKEA and we fully furnished the house, and we managed to get it rented last week for 58,000. The service charges for that apartment is about 6,000. So for easy calculation, let's consider the rent as 50,000. अब जो 3.5 लाख का हमने लोन लिया था बैंक से, that attracts an EMI of about 2,000. So yearly you end up paying an EMI of 24,000. Let's consider this at 25,000. So effectively, from that house, from that studio apartment in JVC, we earn 25,000 net as a rental income. Now again, JVC in itself is not a great area for capital appreciation. But on a safer side, over a period of 2 years, we can easily consider the capital gain as 1 lakh. So by the end of the second year, you would have earned a capital gain of 1 lakh and a rental income of 50,000. All in all, 1,50,000 earned over an investment of 3,75,000 in 2 years, which effectively comes out to be 20% as an annual return. So I hope मेरे इस example से it is quite clear that एक healthy return on investments possible है, बशर्ते आपकी property की location सही हो और the age of the property has to be relatively new. So to sum up, we can easily say and confidently say that one can definitely buy a property in Dubai. It is absolutely safe and the ROIs can be good if it is all research backed. So I hope you found this video useful, and for more such informative videos, stay tuned and kindly subscribe.